to another instalment of the Combat and Strength podcast with myself, Campbell,
Wong, and Long.
It's been an emotional couple of weeks, to be honest with you. We've got some great feedback from you guys who are loving the first two podcasts. We'll announce the winner of the Maxi Muscle competition a little bit later on in this week's show. And, you know, what you been up to, Joe? What's been happening?
What
What you been up to, mate?
have I been up to? I've been venue hunting.
Have you?
Yeah, I've been venue hunting. We've got the 10K karate clash happening again next year.
Right.
So I've been looking at a few venues.
I thought you found it already. Down the London O2.
I've been looking at different ones.
Oh, right,
I've been
okay.
looking at. Don't let the cat out of the bag.
all right.
Giving away the old shooting match already. Look.
Okay.
No, I've been looking at a few. I haven't made a decision on. We've made a decision on one, but we've not gone public yet.
Okay.
But it was between three venues. But
right.
in the next few weeks, we'll be announcing the venue for that event next
When
year.
you say 10K karate clash, do you mean karate and then they got to run a 10K? Is that what you mean?
No,
Why not?
no running involved.
I thought it was like a new sport you was trying to...
Trying to
Yeah, like a triathlon.
a hybrid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No?
Higher bridge of
Yeah.
karate.
And athletics.
And 10K running.
Yeah.
Yeah, after fighting and then you need to do 10K.
Well, that's what, or before.
Yeah.
It'd probably better if they run 10K and then have to fight each other. That'd be...
It's not a bad idea.
That'd be good, wouldn't it?
You've got to be
That's not
fit to do that, man.
That's,
Otherwise,
that's not a bad idea.
You know.
We might be onto something.
Well, listen. Shh, don't tell the children.
So that's what I've been on. I've been venue hunting, my friend.
10K, is that the dough? Is that what you're offering?
£10,000, 32 fighters, one night. If you lose, you're out. Winner takes all.
so the
Who's refereeing then? Because we've got to get to him, haven't we?
the last stand, the last person stand.
Last man standing takes the £10,000.
10,000.
Yeah,
Okay.
And deserves it, I reckon.
and
He's the
deserves
last
it.
man standing.
So 4 groups of 8, and the winner of each group meet in the semi-finals. Then the
Sounds
final.
full on, mate. Sounds full on.
But that's next year. That's the first half of next year. We'll be
You're not
on
going
with
to tell us what the venue is, or what? We don't want to give that away. But what kind of numbers are we catering for?
What, crowd-wise?
Yeah, crowd-wise. Yeah.
About 1,500, 2,000.
Decent.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that gives
It'll
you
be a sellout. All the last shows was a sellout, so it's gonna be a big one. And it hasn't happened for about 10, 11 years, so we're glad to be back. Karate's back in the Olympics. It's a good time for karate right now.
It really is.
We're back.
Combat and sport.
Yeah.
That's a good
What
one,
about
mate.
you? What
Good
you been
luck.
up to?
What have I been up to?
What have you been hunting?
Do you know what? I was in Newcastle not too long ago for the Great North City Games. It's the last major event on the athletics calendar, and it's a nice event if the weather's good. It was really decent, to be honest with you. Yeah, got a chance to kind of... There's a lot of athletes that I follow throughout the season, and especially in an Olympic year. When I say follow, interview and all the rest of it. And,
Sure.
So you meet them up there?
Yeah, well, a lot of the British ones, towards, competing in 150 metres and street races and long jumps by the Tyne River. It's picturesque, great for TV, actually a good spectator event because it's free. And like I said, if the weather's good, then...
Is it bad then?
Yeah,
Is it really pissing down?
it's Newcastle, so the weather can be a bit ropey.
So what's that mean? The Newcastle? What that mean? And nobody died. Don't know what Newcastle. What that mean?
I know.
You never been Newcastle?
No.
No.
No. Is it?
It's a crazy city. Nice city though.
They are a bit different up there. I think
Very different.
It must be in the water.
Must be in the water.
Must be in the water. Well, the Tyne River runs right through it. Lovely people though, man. I had nothing but love everywhere I went around it. But the event itself is really a good one, a nice concept. They ripped off Linford Christie's concept a little bit. I get a bit controversial here because for me, he was the first one to start street athletics, and that's been taken to another level. With
He was the first one to start running down the road.
Not even just running down the road, just organising. he'll
Street
tell
athletics.
You, he'll tell you.
What is street athletics? Running down the road.
Well, listen,
he started running down the road,
that's
did
where
he?
he started,
Oh,
though. That's where
leave
most athletes start, don't they? Having a race
Leave
around
off.
the block and that. No, but in terms of the big old concept of bringing athletics to the street, he was the first one to do it. He just
In
let
the
it-
street.
What do you mean to the street?
like running, because that's what it is.
You've lost me, mate.
So you
kids
do
have been-
high jump in the street?
Well,
Kids
where does
have-
athletics
kids have-
take place?
Kids have been running down the road for ages.
But
What,
in
he
terms of
invented it, did he?
Organising
Sorry, Linford.
an event. Linford, I got your back, mate. I'll tell you where Joe lives. You know what I mean? It's all right, son. You won't get away from
You
me.
might catch me, but you'll get
He
knocked
will
out.
catch you. He will catch you. But no, listen, if you can get to Manchester or Newcastle for those events, it's great. All the athletes that took part, well done. We'll have a couple of them on here because in terms of strength, that's what this show is all about, combat and strength.
Yeah.
Some of those athletes really exhibited that all day long. to even be in a position to compete at the event. Like I said, great event. Get there next year if you can. Wong, what have you been up to, mate?
Me?
Because I know whatever he's been up to is far more exciting than what I've been up to.
So I'm watching the guy that do a lot of sort of like fighting and stuff like that and doing bit and pieces. But
What's
I'm
that?
watching a lot of on YouTube as well. See some knockout. You know, a lot of people knock out in MMA.
Yeah.
You know, last time we talked about this Wing Chun stuff and get some knockout.
That's right.
I go online and have a look at it, and you see a lot of stuff on the YouTube that MMA get knockout and stuff like that. It's quite nasty. I don't know, Joe. You promoting this kind of thing? What do you think? All this kind of knockout happening.
Well, first of all, do you do anything?
promote knockout?
Do you do anything except YouTube? Do you ever
I
get?
do
Do you get off of it?
Yeah, I do many things, but
I know, but you've
do
been
YouTube as
you've
well.
been watching the MMA knockouts.
Yes,
He doesn't do
There's so many great knockouts, though, isn't there?
It is.
There's so many.
Which-
We was talking earlier, and for me, I think the most
You wanna bring-
the
you wanna
most
pick some up?
the most ferocious knockout. Rob needs to get on the ball.
all
doesn't he?
right. Yeah.
No, hey, listen, let's
He's-
talk
he's-
about Rob
we've
being
got
on the
new
ball.
mics.
Rob has got new mics, he's got lights in,
Lights.
the production's, the levels is raising.
Come on, Rob.
leave Rob
Pull your
alone.
finger out. Come on, son.
Quick
You know, he's already told
reply
Rob.
on some knockouts on
Yeah.
Get it up, Rob, get
Okay.
it up, son.
Rob's getting it up again.
Wow.
So no,
Did it
we
last
was,
time,
we
did
was
it?
talking earlier on Wong with Joel. For me, the biggest knockout for me, unfortunately, was Michael Bisping and Dan Henderson. You know, that was a ferocious knockout
That
and
is-
scary,
that
scary
is,
knockout.
while he's down, can we get that one up?
It's funny, with that, because that was one of the first, real MMA fight. I hadn't really been following MMA that hard before that. I've been to a lot of shows and I call them shows, domestic shows, lower level than UFC. And when I watched that
Like what
that
shows?
really got me
Youth
into it.
MMA,
Yeah,
Cage Rage,
exactly.
Cage Warriors,
Exactly, all of those
so on
shows
and so
there.
forth.
That they introduced me to the sport, to be fair. Big up Ray from Youth MMA. But that knockout, when I saw that, what was that, UFC 100? Was it 100? Was it 100? Wasn't it, Rob? That's what marked it for me.
See, Rob's on the ball now.
Yeah, he is a... What?
100.
Yeah, it was.
Man, I mean,
You tried to be smart there, didn't you? But
Yeah,
that was the knockout of all knockouts. I actually don't think it was fair. I don't think it was right. I think that somebody should have called 999 or 911, got Dan Henderson nicked, because it was assault. I know you put yourself in the octagon to get assaulted, but that was wrong and broken.
Well,
Actually,
it can get fixed in a few weeks, can't
well,
it?
Michael, you owe him one, mate. That's all I'm saying. You owe him one or two, because he knocked you out and then he knocked you out again. I don't even know if that's possible. Is it?
I don't know because one.
Well,
of
you
them-
should know because you do Wing Chun and
Yeah.
teach people.
And you've been watching it all week.
You should
because,
know.
if you're watching one of the guy on their fighting and he get knocked out so many times, get knocked out, bash him up, knock him out, and then wait up again, get knocked out again,
Who was
wait
the
up
guy?
again,
Who was
get
that?
knocked
Who
out
was
again.
that,
Which
Rob?
one is that? now?
Check Congo.
That's it.
Yeah.
Check Congo.
It's like
Warrior.
He got
flipping-
he got knocked out and then
and
come
then
back.
up again, knock
Yeah.
out. That's a crazy goddamn knockout that is,
Should that fight have been stopped though?
You got to give him a bit of chance to get up and fight again because if you hit them, he fall down. It didn't mean they got knockout right away.
He
You know
didn't
what I
mean to
mean?
get knocked out. No, he didn't mean to get knocked out.
Yeah, but I know it didn't mean get a knockout. But he went up again. He knocked out the guy out, didn't he?
He did.
He knocked him out, put him in the popper.
He did.
Yeah.
He used some of that Congo power.
Yeah, and there was a lot of power there.
There was a lot of power.
So in the top 10, if you think about into the knockout side on the MMA, which one is really made you think, bloody hell, that hurt, I'm not going to be part of that thing, man. I mean, that really hurt.
Yeah, no, MMA knockouts, you can sit online for hours just watching MMA knockouts and going, oh. I mean, there's that classic one where two fighters knock each other out at the same
Yeah,
time.
you got the classic and then...
Who won that fight? No one ever says who asked who won.
Nobody can win because all of them both got
So
knocked
what is
the
it?
fuck
Is
out.
it a draw or a loss then? No one ever said. I'm asking.
I don't
You know
know.
the kick rub, innit? Where the two knock each other out at the
That
same
two
time.
coming punch and both of them.
It's a draw, yeah?
Bit Rocky
So
and
that's-
Apollo Creed.
It's a draw.
What about who's the your last MMA? One is a guy. I don't know which one is it now. He got him into the choke and then he grabbed him and slammed him straight down.
Quinton Jackson.
That
Rampage.
one.
Rampage.
Oh yeah, oh,
that was
man,
his move,
that
though,
is, that's a popper. And then on another UFC one's a big dude, grab hold. I don't know which one. That punch on the neck. Remember that one?
Tank Abbott.
Yeah, Tank Abbott. That
Tank
no-
Abbott was a beast.
Yeah,
Absolute beast, yeah.
I mean, that guy gonna mess up neck.
He was,
I mean,
he was just folded up on the
yeah,
side of the
literally,
cage, yeah.
yeah, done.
Yeah,
And then
showreel.
what's the other one that he get one of the big two, and then got down the ground and then elbow him. That's the old UFC one. Grab him, lock him up onto the what do you call
Was
that?
it a loaded elbow?
Crucifix, and then just low him with the elbow in the face, boy. I mean, he come out like, I mean, it's like fucking. I don't know how much you're gonna pay them, but I don't think I want to be like a garbage like that, man. It's fucked up, innit?
It's messed up, but there's a lot of them out there. There's a heap of them out
But
there.
the thing about if it get locked out like that, effect they will get afterward. What do you think the effects of their mind get after? I mean,
Wong, have you been knocked out before?
not this is a no, not
Never.
not
Have you
yet.
been knocked out, Joe?
Not yet, and not fucking will be.
Touch wood, man.
You never been knocked out?
Never.
You never been knocked out?
No.
I've been knocked out still.
Have you really?
Is somebody
What, in
knocked
a
you
fight?
out?
No, I knocked myself out.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, I tried to do an overhead kick and I missed the ball.
And knock yourself
Oh,
out.
really?
Yeah, I hit the ground and I knocked myself out. Yeah, that's the only time I've been. And the thing is, I didn't even know. It wasn't even seriously. I didn't
Is
even
it
know.
blank out? And then
No, I was out. I was out for the count. I could hear people. Obviously, this is how I know I was knocked out in it because I could hear people talking, and they were saying, "Get out and get back and cover." And because I was a defender, I shouldn't even have been anywhere near the goal, the opposing goal that is. And the ball come over, and I don't know what I was thinking, but I thought I can do it. I can. And I went to overhead kick it like Pele with all the panache locks.
And then knock yourself out.
And then I missed the ball and landed, bang, knocked myself out. Concussed, saw stars. Got up about, I don't know how long later, and everyone was standing over me like, "You all right?" I was like, "Yeah, of course I'm all right, innit? What's the matter?" I was only on the ground for a little while, and I was like, no, you didn't move. So yeah, I've been knocked out, but I'd never repeated that experience.
No?
Nah, not by fighting.
But if you interview quite a lot of people, when they get knocked out, did you ask them what happened? Did you ask them next day?
do you know what?
Next day, what happened next day?
No, I've never asked them what happened the next day. More often than not, when I interview people that have been knocked out, no one really wants to talk about it.
Oh, no, of course they don't.
Or they forget about it because of the knockout. They forget
they
about
No,
it.
they've been training for the last 3 or 4 months for that one night.
Yeah.
And, their aspirations and their dreams to go further in their career it's ended.
It ended.
It's over.
Well,
so
it
you've
weren't a
got,
dream, was
you've
it?
got,
It
you've
was
got to take, 3 steps back, reset and go again.
Yeah,
So
so
it's a
they
tough
never really
game.
want to talk about it. They always want to knockouts can happen to anyone, innit? But they always want to just kind of.
But must be mess up your brain, doesn't it?
Of course it does.
Really
Of
fuck
course
up
it
your
does. Your
brain,
brain has to move.
I
What's
think-
the actual?
I
Does
think-
no one know the actual equation of a
No,
knockout?
I think that the scientific reports is that it's more problematic a number of hits to the head rather than the knockout.
So a series of concussions and
Right.
A series of hits. I know there was obviously that film on concussion, wasn't there, about American
American
football,
football,
yeah.
which was a great film. And there's been a lot of research in America to concussions within American
Tell
football.
you, I wanna kind of talk about knockouts today. Is our guest, our main interview, Chi Lewis Parry. He's gonna come on. He's a stand-up fighter who's making great waves in Glory. Joe, you know a bit about him.
A little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, know a little bit about him.
Yeah, talk to. I mean, you promoted Glory, haven't you?
We have promoted Glory. We've done a London show at Excel.
Was that their
a few
only
years
London
back.
show?
It's the only one they've done, yeah.
Right, okay.
Maybe they'll come back. Apparently they've got a bit of money in the bank at the moment.
New investors.
Some new investors, some Chinese investors.
The
Yeah,
Chinese got so much money now, man.
Yeah.
Why? What's that?
because you're on YouTube all the time.
Quantitative easing.
I think the Chinese they work goddamn too much, work too hard.
Why have they got so much money?
Because the Chinese, they always like to hold on to the money. They don't want to spend, That's why Chinese in England, they bloody build a power station, innit? The Chinese come over, but the bloody British don't like it. You know why? Because they're thinking that the power, like nuclear power. So it's all this bullshit, you know what I mean?
No. Nuclear. The whole argument around nuclear power is not bullshit. Do you know how long it takes to break down nuclear waste?
I haven't got a clue.
250 years. 250,000 years.
But what other way can you do it?
Well, let's do it in a way that's not going to kill the planet. But we digress.
Yeah,
We
we've gone off on one there.
Yeah, we have.
So Glory,
Okay.
Glory, Chi Lewis Parry. Yeah, no, he's an English fighter.
Yeah.
Surprisingly not from London.
He trains with a big old UFC champion, doesn't he?
Daniel Cormier.
He does.
Yeah.
But the thing with Chai, he's quite exciting as a fighter. Stand-up fighter.
He's had some amazing
Yeah,
knockouts.
he's exciting.
He's had a lot of fights.
He's an exciting stand-up
4-1
fighter.
and 0.
But Daniel's not.
Daniel's not exciting.
No, he's not.
Oh, come on.
You
Joe.
don't like the way he's fighting?
I don't. He's not exciting.
No
Not
exciting.
exciting.
Did you see any Daniel Cormier knockouts on your show reel?
Yeah, he do quite a few, yeah.
No
Especially weapon,
disrespect.
slam him down and stuff like that. He do quite a lot of them.
He's hugging people to death, and I'm not a fan. I'm
He's
really
a wrestler,
not.
isn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I understand.
Anyway,
that.
we're not talking about him. Forget him.
No, true. But
We'll
the
get
fact that
next
Chi, I want to know if Chi's going to explain the reason why Daniel, because you're exciting. I mean, the training must be exciting. I'd imagine the sparring sessions are exciting. I'd imagine, you know, the stuff behind the scenes is quite exciting. But then Daniel, I mean, I know Daniel does what he has to do to win fights and all the rest of it. But you'd think he'd add a bit to his arsenal, you know, add something to the stand-up game.
Yeah, but he's a
that
wrestler,
I
like
thought
Joe
maybe
said, didn't it?
Yeah, but so what? Add something to your game, fella. And be prepared to beat John, because he's going to wipe the floor with
Let's
you.
get him on the phone and see what he's saying.
We'll do that in a couple of weeks. Chi, yeah, for those who don't know, was born here in the UK. He's one of ours. He's one of our own. He's got a title fight coming up soon. I really want to know what he's got to say about that. So, without further ado, let's cut to the end. Right, welcome. We're here with Chi Lewis Parry, stand-up fighter, all-round fighter really. You know, not just a stand-up fighter, but he's fighting stand-up at the moment. Let's go straight in, Chi. I want our listeners, viewers, to learn a little bit about you. You've just had a big fight earlier in the month where you dealt with a young Anthony McDonald. Tell me a little bit about that fight. Tell me a little bit about you as a person and how you got into stand-up and fighting overall.
Where would you like me to start?
Start at the beginning. That's normally the best place, mate. How old are you now?
Well, you know, the fight with Anthony McDonald was going to be an important fight for me because it was originally meant to be the rematch with Xavier Bigney, which is a fight I wanted to get back. I was excited to actually. It's probably the only time I've really been excited for a fight was for then. So then it was a bit of an anticlimax, and Bigney pulled out. But you know what annoyed me the most was the fact that Bigney pulled out for no reason. There was no injury. There was no nothing. It was just he had something else he wanted to do in regards to training and stuff like that. And it just spelled a bit of coward to me, and I didn't like that. So it sucked, but at the same time, you know, I was just explaining to someone yesterday in an interview that I was just happy I got to fight because, you know, I've had so much time off. I had so much drama going on in my career.
I'm going to touch on some of that drama in a minute.
Yeah, it was just a mess, mate. It was a complete mess. I mean, Joe knows all about it, and it was to be quite frank, mate, it was a ball ache, you know. And there was times during that period where I was like, man, am I even going to fight anymore because I'm just losing so much time, and I was losing motivation a little bit. But so I was just happy to get the fight in, and amidst that, you know, I wasn't very. What's the best way to put it? I'm not disrespectful. Do you know what I mean? I know I talk a lot of smack and that, but I'm not disrespectful to people. I was raised the right way, but I just didn't fear or, I guess, respect enough the skill set of McDonald because it was just a very slow start. You know, I was very paced. I just wanted to pace myself a lot. I knew I could finish it at any time. I knew if I let go, I'd finish it. So I was just kind of, you know, pacing it and just trying different strategies out. So, but the main thing is, I guess I got to win.
Tell me about how you got to that position. You're 4-1 at the moment under Glory, but obviously you got a bit of a mixed background. MMA. There's a few martial arts. Tell our listeners, viewers, that you know what brings you to this point, your journey so far.
Well, okay, but I mean, I got here. If I didn't play basketball, I probably never would have been here.
Because you're 6'6", 7?
6'8".
Wow.
6 foot. This is the thing, right? I'm 6'8". I'm closer to 6'9", but I don't count the 3/4. I don't like all of that. So when I got my shoes on, I'm legitimately over 6'9", but I don't like counting. So I'm 6'8" and 3/4. It's like clutching at straws, you know.
How long have you been 6'8"?
How long?
Yeah. When did you finish? When did you finish growing?
Probably I was about 21, 22.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've always been a big dude. So when did you start fighting, Joe?
2011. 2011 was my debut. But I've been training a lot. I've been training since like 2006, on and off with like Western submission wrestling and striking with my then coach Danny Brennan. So it's not just like I just turned up and just started fighting. I'd been dabbling, you know, but I was also had a basketball career, so it was hard to do those things sort of with that, you know. Basketball training took so much out of me. And then once that career was completely put to bed, it was a no-brainer that I wanted to do something competitive again, you know. And actually, remember the last basketball tournament I played in was actually in Thailand, and I went to a Thai show at Lumpini Stadium, and that kind of instilled a little spark in me. Actually, I don't think I've ever told anybody that, but that did instill a little spark where I was like, man, you know what? Maybe this could be the other sport that I do. Yeah, ultimately, I never chose Muay Thai. But,
Smart man. Smart man. So how did you get into stand-up? Because I know you got a mixed martial arts background as well.
Yeah, so I actually, my first, no, that's not true. I first fought K1, and then shortly after, because I broke my hand in my K1 debut, and then I waited like 4 months like an idiot. I was too eager, and I fought an MMA fight straight after my debut, and then I broke my hand again. So it put me out for quite a while. Put me out for a good 7-8 months, I think, before I was able to fight again. So, but it taught me a lot. You know, it taught me a lot about myself. It taught me that I either have a very hard hand and I don't quit. You know, because I had a compound fracture in my right hand both times. So if you can carry on fighting with that, I think you can carry on fighting with anything really.
Compound fracture. Most people might have had a look at their career, their chosen career, and maybe chosen a different path. You didn't have any second thoughts at that point?
Nah. Because I was done. I was never going back to basketball. Done. Like, once I'm done with something, I'm done with it. Like, I don't go back. So I was. I'm just a very driven person, you know. And if I got my mind on something that I want to do, like a lot of people, you know, I do it. I have to have a legitimate reason to not do it, and that usually would be something like, you know, it would affect somebody else in a bad way, so I won't do something. But for myself, it's like, you know, I'm stubborn in that sense. I think you have to be to reach the top. You have to be stubborn with yourself and really grind after that goal. You know.
You're after Rico Verhoeven, aren't you?
Oh, well, why not? You know, why not?
I see that brought a big smile on your face, Chai. That's the one you want, innit? Tell me what it is about him as a champion that makes him so, and what chinks in the armour you see. How are you going to pick him apart?
Well, I don't think there's picking apart with Rico. You're not going to pick apart somebody that good. But I'm a realist, okay? I'll only talk about stuff that I know a lot about, or I'm confident talking about. I'm not delusional. Like, you get a bunch of guys that are delusional, man, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Nah, they're delusional. They're just trying to hype themselves. I'm not that way. I genuinely believe my style and my power, more so than anything, could end his reign. I believe that. But it doesn't mean that I feel like I'm a better kickboxer than he is. I'm not a better kickboxer than he is. He has had a wealth more fights. He is a hell of a lot more technical. His styles are a lot more technical than me. And his record shows it. You know, he's fought the who's who of the kickboxing world, past and present. So I 100% respect the guy, and people boo me and they jeer me for calling him out. Like, you ain't fighting Rico Verhoeven. You only had 17 fights or whatever, and he's had God knows how many. He's had so many fights. But it's the why would I want to be involved in an organisation? It's like being West Bromwich Albion and just being happy to be in the league. You know what I mean? So we're happy to be here. They make it to the Premier League. They're like, we're happy to be here, and we're not no real intentions of winning the title. Somebody's going to be here and play just to say that we're here, so we can get what girls at the club, free drinks at the bar. Like, what's the purpose? So I'm here because it's a goal. You know, I believe I can do it. If I didn't believe I could do it, I've got no business fighting it. I've got no business being in. I work hard enough and I train with some of the best people in the world. So I should have that confidence. You know?
You mentioned football. What team you support, mate?
An Arsenal boy.
Never mind. Never mind. We move on. You also spoke. Hold on, before I move on though. Wenger in, Wenger out. Which one?
What's that?
Arsene Wenger to stay or to go?
Oh no, he's got to go, man. He's got to go. I love Wenger, and he's done a lot, but that was then, you know.
Yeah.
He's got to go. He's obviously, it's like his style is not
Not doing nothing for you.
nothing. No, it's
Literally.
the same result.
Literally. Chai, you mentioned that you've had a few dramas, a fair share of dramas in the last in the last year, really, in mainly leaving one organisation and making your way over to glory, as it were. Tell me a little bit about what happened with that split, that whole discord, as it were.
Where do I start? Shit. So yeah, I was with the promotion, 1FC. Things, started really, really well. It seemed like there was going to be a bright future there. We communicated really well. I was on a fairly decent contract, considering the starting pay and stuff. And then they went and signed Brandon Vera, which for me I thought was great, because it was like, okay, I'll get to fight Brandon Vera, I'll get to prove myself, because he's fought some of the best in the world in Randy Couture. Frank Mir, I thought, well, let me push for that fight. But I think that was my mistake. Was I pushed for that fight so much? They were actually telling me no. That I actually sat down and had a conversation with 1FC, and they told me that fight would never happen.
Why? What was their reason?
So the legitimate reason is Brandon is a big money maker.
Yeah.
For them, he's part Filipino. He literally will sell out the arena in Manila, right? And that's their biggest show. It happens every December. They do one in December. The end of the year is the biggest show. He sells that out. So, saying without saying in the conversation, Brandon can't lose. Brandon has to win. So, he's only fighting once a year. He's making massive money. He's making their money.
What kind of money? What kind of money, Chad?
Sorry?
What kind of money?
I think his first fight he was on like 70 and 70 or something like that, which was a lot more than he was making in the UFC.
All right.
I don't know how accurate that is, but when they say they're on a lot of money, like there's guys over there that are making big money, like Ben Askren and stuff. They make good money. The Americans tend to make the lion's share. You see what they're paying the Asian guys. They're getting nothing, man. They're getting peanuts. They get absolutely nothing. They're the homegrown stars. Like, they're not even getting anything.
Still being abused.
Sorry?
I said they're still being abused then, really, basically.
It's like, I was starting to see, when I first got there, my first experience there, I was blown away. I was like, wow, this is like, I feel like when I walked out, when they called my name, I felt like a Street Fighter character. Listen, there was music, there was lights, there was fire, there was all this, and the people are going insane. Like, they love it, you're in places like in Singapore and Taiwan where they don't really have anything else. So everyone clambers to these events. And the energy was lovely, man. The people were really nice, the fans were beautiful. The event went smooth, it was a real production. It's a genuine production. But when you're not in their favour, like when you're not their favourite, you're in for a nasty time, a very, very nasty time, and that's what I was. I kind of forced their hand with the whole Brandon Vera thing because I got the people behind it. I campaigned for it so hard that the people were asking for it, and they couldn't deny the people. So what they did is they put the fight on. Little things, right? Little things that people wouldn't notice that they were doing just to jeer me, like to get at me. Poke sticks, I'd asked specifically, I said, I want you to use newer pictures for the poster. And they refused to use newer pictures, but they used the old ones of me from like over a year ago. And I was like, just make that, we already made the post now, we made it. And I'd asked specifically ahead of time. I asked for equal media. They didn't give me any media. I asked for the press conference, the whole thing at the press conference, they said, right, we're going to fly you out to the press conference. This is the short version. We're flying you out to the press conference, but we need you for like 2 weeks, and you can't bring your trainer. And it's just like 4 weeks out from the fight. And I was like, nah, what press conference need me for 2 weeks? What do they need me for 2 weeks for? So I'll bring my trainer. They said, no, you can't bring a coach or anything like that. And I said, well, then I can't come if I can't bring my coach. She said, well, we've got people you can train with over here. Yeah, I was like, what, in the Philippines? You expect me to come in as the bad guy, the underdog, the enemy, and train with your guys over there in the Philippines? I'm not stupid, come on. They said, well, okay, well then we can bring you for 1 day. So you fly out, and I was like, so what, you want me to fly all the way to the Philippines, do the press conference, turn around and get straight back on a plane? They were making things difficult, very, very difficult for me. So I just said to them, well, I can't come unless I bring my trainer. So I can come for like a week. I can do a week, but I'm bringing my coach and it's all good. And they said, no, don't worry, you won't be needed for the press conference. That was the last text message I've got from them. And I have all of this stuff. So I said to them, look, let's just play nice, because if I expose all of this stuff, then it just makes you look silly, and I don't want to have to do that. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm not the one lying here. Why would I not turn up for a fight with Brandon Brewer? So anyway, the same way that they did me at the press conference telling me not to come, and then made out that I just didn't turn up, it's the same thing they did with the fight. They made out that I just didn't get on the plane, but they called me and told me that they were replacing me. So there was nothing I could do to win that, because they're a bigger machine. So it's one man versus the machine, you know. But look, that's my experience with them. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't like it. I don't have any ill will towards them, because at the end of the day, I do understand they want to make money. So business is money, right? Cool. That don't work for me. So I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna do my thing. You do your thing. Good luck with it. That's it. I don't have any ill feelings towards them. I ain't got the energy for that, man.
You're in the ATT stable, right? The ATT, the American top team. Is that accurate? You're a part of that whole setup, one of the big names down there?
Come on, man. I'm AKA.
You AKA.
I'm AKA.
Tell me about being a part of that whole operation, and how it benefits you.
Well, so I'm just gonna walk with you. I'm gonna go make my coffee.
Yeah, go ahead.
My experience here at AKA, which is in San Jose, California, has been nothing but a great one. Honestly, I've had, I've been here. I was supposed to be here 6 weeks, and I've been here 7 months. So
what's her name, Chi?
Huh?
What's her name, mate?
What's her name?
She must be good.
Mate, honestly, I've been really, really focused since I've been here, like really driven. But I knew that I wanted to get my fights back, and it wasn't until I was here that my contract had officially diffused with ONE FC, so I was able to do anything.
Right.
I was talking to Joe. Joe knew all about that stuff that I was going through. It was an absolute nightmare. I wasn't able to do anything. I was just stuck, So getting out here and that all being clear, I was like, man, I can actually fight again. So that's what I did. I fought twice. I didn't want to wait. I just went back to back.
You train with Mr. Cormier, don't you?
I train with Cormier. I train with Velasquez. I train with Nurmagomedov. I train with Thomas Diagny, Josh Thompson, Mike Carl, Todd Duffy. All these guys are there. There's a wealth of Rockhold. There's a wealth of talent here and experience. So you ain't gonna get real better experience, just because everybody in the room has been to the top.
Yeah. What's that like? You're obviously hungry as it is. What's that like, though, in terms of being in that environment and learning, pretty much every day, never feeling like maybe I could go over there and learn a bit more, go over there. You're in an environment where you're probably learning every day.
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. But the thing is, I'm learning, but do you know what? It's something about, there is something different about the American mentality when they come from a wrestling background.
Right.
It's like thoroughbred wrestlers So, which is pretty much everybody in the gym, especially the likes of BC and Kane. Those guys are not, they're champions, right? Champions of the biggest combat sports industry in the world, organization. And they will ask you advice, and they'll say, okay, well, what works for you? And they're willing to learn. They're so humble that they're willing to learn from anybody that comes down there, and if they've got something to offer that's worth learning. So it's humbling to know that you have an input in their development as well as their input in yours. And it's like there's such a nice environment there. Like everybody is really cool. There's no animosity. Like a lot of gyms, I've been to gyms all over the world, man, and I've always never failed to come across some standoffish attitude in there. Like, who are you? Who's this guy? Oh, you're that guy? All right, cool. Watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to take your head off. But you don't get that down here. You just don't get that here. Everyone's humble.
I've never seen Daniel Cormier take anyone's head off, ever. Why do you think he gets a lot of stick as a bit of a boring fighter? Obviously, you know him differently, but is it just because I think he's a boring fighter? I'll put it out there. He's not my favourite, but it's not about putting on an exhibition. I get the game, I understand the hustle, but he could be a bit more exciting, don't you think, Chai?
Yeah, he could, but you got to remember, he doesn't have to be. If you don't have to be, then you don't have to be. Do you know what I mean? It's like if you watched him spar, right, where he doesn't have to, it's not a fight that he has to win. You watched him spar, I reckon your opinion would change. The guy can throw down. Literally, the guy is he's like a smaller Kane. He literally is like a smaller Kane. He does all the stuff Kane does. He's like a version. And Kane, you wouldn't say Kane is boring.
No, I wouldn't.
You see them two go, it's like, man, people would pay to watch them two sparring. DC's not the same guy like when he fights, he's intelligent. He's an intelligent fighter. He does the smart thing to win. Because look, we're all trying to we do this for a living. I don't do this for fun. I'm going to do it for fun. I do it, I enjoy it. I happen to find it fun when I do it, but I do it for a living. I wouldn't do it for free. So, what you're putting your body through, the risks you take, it's a legacy. You're building a legacy when you get to this level, and I don't think, I can see why you think it was boring, because it's wrestling, but he's that good of a wrestler. He is that good of a wrestler.
Who's better, him or John Jones?
Sorry?
Who's better? Who's the better wrestler?
DC, hands down. Hands down. Do you know what it is with John?
No.
John's very long. It's hard to get. John's got a good base, or a good wrestling base, and he's long. Like, he ain't that much. I mean, he's 6'5", so he's like 3 inches shorter than me. It's harder when someone's got such a wide base. It's hard to take him down. Like, I can give DC trouble taking me down, but it doesn't mean I'm going to stop him. He's going to get me. He will get me. He gets me all the time. So it's not like it's not doable. But when you got someone throwing punches at you with 4-ounce gloves on, kicks and knees, and that's on the line, it's a lot harder.
You had a bit of a skirmish with old John Jones, didn't you?
Yeah, I don't like that guy very much.
Why? What's the beef with him? There's people that really like him, and there's people that really don't. What's your take?
Well, the people that really like him are probably similar-minded. That's why they like him. They like that personality. They like that arrogance. He was just disrespectful. That's all it comes down to. He was disrespectful, and I think he felt like when we crossed paths, I think he felt like intimidated because I'm a lot bigger than him. So I think genuinely he felt intimidated in the room. But even like me, I wasn't eyeing him up or nothing. I wasn't, squaring, sizing him. I wasn't nothing. I wasn't even looking at the guy, and then my back was turned. He's like calling me a bitch. So I turned and faced him, and I said, "Look, you don't know me, so you shouldn't be speaking to me like that, in that way." And I literally said it like that. Don't talk to me like that, And he was like, "What?" He started squaring up, like standing there like he was Connor. Starts telling me,
You said that like that's a bit of a joke in the whole MMA, in the whole fight world.
"Come on, man, you can't nowadays. You can't do the Cobra. and then scare people away. Do you know what I mean? It looks good for show, but he was doing all of that, and I was just like, I genuinely said to him, look, we're in a car park. There was 2 security guys, and these guys were like really big dudes. There was no way they were separating anything. Like they were so big, like unhealthily big. You know?
Yeah.
Said, you know, the guys that are just big for show.
Yeah.
They look up, but you know. I said, if you really want to go, we can go right now. Because I ain't gonna fight him like I would fight him in a ring or in a cage or in a car park. I'll pick up a rock. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you want to fight, we can fight. Like, and he just stopped talking. He stopped saying anything. So I was like, yeah, but don't start stuff and sort of talk all this mess to try and intimidate. I think he was trying to sort of bully. So he felt like he was trying to be a bully, you know?
Mm.
And I saw him again like an hour later in the backstage in the MGM. We'd all gotten there. Every fighter on the planet was there. Everyone who was doing a press conference was there. They were all doing their little media spots. And I bumped into Alistair over him, who's a long-time friend. And I hadn't seen him in a while. So the last time I actually see him was with Joe. We was at dinner. That's when I met Joe.
Joe knows everyone.
Joe knows everybody.
You know this.
Joe's the man. Joe,
Don't tell nobody.
Joe, long time. So, yeah, I was chatting to Alistair.
Yeah.
I turned around and DC and all them had gone, but they walked into some interview room. So I just stayed chatting to him for a minute. And when I left, started walking down. Here comes John and his brothers. I think he had 2 or 3 of them. He's got 2 brothers or 3?
I think 3, isn't it? 3.
I haven't a clue. I've never met the man myself.
I can't remember, like, but he had a bunch of people with him. And I'm walking down the middle, you can see all of a sudden Connor come up. He's doing all of this. And it's like he's trying to, I don't know what he was trying to, and I said, I said something towards the effect of, am I supposed to be scared of you or something like that? So, because you're not talking now, you're flaring out. He didn't look, he was like giving me the side eye, you know?
Yeah.
Giving me the side. Then his brother stepped in front. He was like, you want to talk shit to my brother? You got to talk to me and all this and that. I actually thought his brother was somebody else that I knew. He looks kind of similar to that, to Brad Tate, UFC cutman.
Yeah.
I was thinking, hang on a minute, we were hanging out yesterday. Why are you talking smack to me? And then I realised it was his brother. And then I was like, he was like, yeah, you want to talk smack to my brother, man? And I said, yeah, I do. And his brother said that, and I started, my nature, my sense of humour, I started making fun of his brother's boobs. And so I was saying John was like, your brother's the fighting battles. It was this big hoo-ha. There was security come running over. But it looked like if they didn't come, we probably would have got into a scuffle because I wasn't having that. All 3 of the brothers are trying to like surround me. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I wasn't having that. So I think what it is he's probably used to people just being a little bit intimidated because of who he is and what he's achieved. I don't.
So there's no love lost there, Chi. I mean, would you like to fight him in the cage one day?
I reckon what would be a really good idea.
He's already said he's not going to go up to heavyweight, but I'd love to know.
I think it would be a really, really good and interesting idea if, because there's like a small affiliation now between the UFC and Glory, is if they made a deal where if he's got to have some sort of punishment for what he's been doing. They can't just reward him. Let him come to Glory. Smack, and let's see how good of a striker he is. They say he's amazing. All right, let's see how good he is. Because he ain't knocking anybody out with 4 rounds. So he definitely ain't knocking anybody out with 10. But I'll put him to sleep. That's what I do with 10.
And there you have it on the Combat and Strength podcast. Chi, if you could map out the next 5 years and they went according to your plan, what would that plan look like, mate?
The next 5 years. Well, I'd like to be done in a couple of world titles. I'd like to be, I've got to do the British version of that Alistair Overeem picture. He's got the dream, the pride, and the Grand Prix, the Strike Force and the Grand Prix.
Yeah, inspiring stuff.
I need a picture like that, so I need a few belts. But I think, I see a crossover happening, with film. So there's a lot of opportunities there already. So I could do that crossover. I'll maybe fight The Rock in a movie or something. Make like 10 mil just for doing fake fighting.
Only 10, try only 10, mate.
I'm just a feature guy. You know what I mean? I'm the bad guy that comes in the movie every now and then.
£10 million features. That's all good, isn't it? Sounds good.
And then maybe, I don't know, create some sort of media frenzy by dating a Kardashian or something like that. 20 seconds.
And listen, put it out there, mate. Put it out there. You never know. Joe knows everyone. We have said that, haven't we?
Yeah. Date a Kardashian for 20 seconds makes me a superstar.
We'll try and make that happen, Chai. Next time she's in London, we'll get the call, no doubt.
All I need is 20 seconds on a picture. That's it. I'm going clear. My fight purse increases dramatically.
Most definitely.
I wouldn't tell her it's like you only need 20 seconds, though, Try. That's not going to really look good, mate. A little bit longer than that.
As long as I'm taken care of, that's all that matters.
True stories. Listen, we'd love to see you fighting over here, in front of your home crowd and that. I don't know if Joe's going to make that happen. He's promoted Glory once. I know he's in the hunt to try and do it again. Is there any pressure that we can put on him from your end, Joe?
Yes, Joe, make that happen because they've been talking about it. It's supposed to happen in like first quarter of this year.
Yeah.
They were supposed to,
yeah.
Then they checked it, and now it's like it's not happening at all this year.
Well, they
in London, because that is one I want to headline. Maybe that could be the Rico fight right there.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it? I mean, the last one with Tyrone Sprong and Remy was a barnstormer. So it'll take a lot to top that show, but hopefully we'll get talking to them again in the next few months and see where they are because they've got a new round of funding, we believe.
Yeah, from China, right?
That's right.
Will that impact your page, your purse going forward? Try, do you reckon?
So, I bloody well hope so.
How many fights have you got a contract with a number of fights on, or is it a fight by fight?
No, it's a number of fights. So I've got one more left.
Okay.
Oh, good position.
Yeah, perfect position.
Show me the money.
Well, listen, we hope that fight happens soon. Thanks for your time, Chai. I really appreciate being as candid and open as you've been. I don't know what Joe's doing behind the scenes to get Glory over here, but we hope it happens soon. And we want to get Master Wong on the bill because we're gonna have some Wing Chun versus stand up. Let's see what happens. Charity match. Tweet that for us, Try, because we want to make it happen. All right.
The Master Wong.
Master Wong, yeah, the one and only.
Send me his handle. Sounds good. I'll do it.
All right. Well, listen, thanks for your time. Really appreciate that. And when you're over here, we'll try and get you on the show, live in the flesh.
Sounds good, man. I'll be over there soon.
Appreciate it.
Okay, soon, Chai. Take care.
Good luck. Peace.
As usual, on the Campbell Combat Strength podcast, we have 5 fit tips, and this week we are going to have them presented to us by Nikki Jenkins from Liverpool. Round of applause for Nikki Jenkins.
Hey, what's up, Nikki?
I'm good, thank you. You?
Nikki, you're following on from a couple of fitness gurus who have provided us with some great tips and information on how to stay healthy. I'm going to count you in a second and we're going to go through your 5. Before we go into your 5 fit tips, Nikki, do you want to tell us a bit about yourself and tell our listeners and viewers a little bit about where they can follow you and find out more about what you do?
Yeah, I'm a professional bikini athlete, so I compete with a federation called the IFBB, which is one of the biggest in bodybuilding. Prior to that, I used to do martial arts. I'm a first Dan black in Black Kickboxing. But bodybuilding is where I've kind of found my little niche, if you like, and I've been doing this now for about 6 years. And I coach girls at an amateur level and just general ladies, really, to help them with fitness and losing weight and different things.
Fantastic.
So you can kick people's ass and look good at the same time, right?
Sorry?
That was Master Wong, yeah, and he said so you can kick people's ass and look good at the same time. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I love it. That's good.
All right, lovely. Don't worry, we're working on Wong's diction. Don't worry. By the time we get to episode 30, he'll be speaking a lot clearer, and my Cantonese will be a bit better as well.
That's right. Yeah.
There we go. Right, Nikki, let's go in. Let's start with number 5.
Right, I'd say definitely number 1, you need to have a goal. So you need to have something that you can aim for and something to keep you going every day. Because sometimes first everyone's excited when they first start, but that can quickly wear off with whatever you're doing. So it's nice to have a goal. I'd say number 2, I'd say you need to prepare stuff. So you need to actually have a plan. So you can't just have a goal with no plan. You have to go into it and actually know what you're going to do each day. Prepare your food if it's necessary, your training, whichever it is to keep you going. I'd say the third one is that you've got to be consistent. So you can't do it one day and not another. If you're committed to it, you've just got to keep going and get the best results that way. For the 4th, I'd say that you need to enjoy it. So you need to choose something that you enjoy. Once it becomes a chore, it's no good and you're not going to get fit like that. And the 5th one, I'd say that you need to be proud of yourself for every little bit of your achievements, even until you reach your goal, so that you can still find something to inspire you to keep moving forwards with it. But that's all, I'd say that's my top 5.
Fantastic. Thanks, Nikki. Really appreciate that. You're the first person to count yourself in, but that's all right.
Yeah.
It's not a problem. We'll probably adopt that strategy moving forward. It probably works a little bit better, to be honest with you. Really appreciate it. Love the last one. Love the last one as well, which was to be proud of every achievement that you make. I think that's really important, you know, because I don't really make too many achievements in the gym. So I'm gonna be proud of that from now on. That's what I'm trying to say. But listen, thank you for your time, Nikki. We hope to have you back on soon. And in a couple of episodes' time, we'll probably come and try and find you, see if we can do a little video with you to, you know, do something a bit more interactive with some of our viewers.
Yeah, that'd be good.
You up for that? Good. When the Combat and Strength podcast hits the road, goes on tour, we'll be sure to look you up in Liverpool. But for now, thanks for your time. Really appreciate that.
All right, no problem. Thank you.
Cheers, Nikki. Catch you soon.
Big thanks to Nikki Jenkins for those 5 fit tips. Really, really valuable fit tips, to be honest with you, even though it doesn't look like it on me. But in about 4 or 5 episodes' time, you'll see the difference. What they want.
Yes, you will do some fitness.
Yeah, I sound like I have to, don't I? It doesn't really sound like I've got a choice. You will do some fitness.
You will do some fitness.
All right.
Get it some fit.
All right, Master Wong. I will do the fitness. But thank you, Nikki Jenkins.
What I want to know, I know you're thanking her.
Yeah.
You're probably going to thank her about 10 times.
What?
Like you thanked Claire 10 times.
Yes.
But you only thanked Noel
Once.
But no, don't mind. And the girls know that I've got paid special attention to the ladies. I have to.
You're a ladies' man.
I am a ladies' man. You know, it
Some
wouldn't have it
singing
any other
music
way.
in the background.
Listen, let me ask you a question.
Go on.
Because we all get massages in there, don't we? Including Rob.
What
we all enjoy a massage, innit? Do you prepare? Massage.
Yeah, massage.
You know, like you get your shoulders are tight and all that. Do you prefer a man or a woman to massage you?
It doesn't bother me.
Does it not? What about you?
I think women better.
Listen, I'm with you. I'm with my no. I don't want no man kneading into me and putting their thumbs in the back. So I've got to pay special attention to the personal training
So
females.
in all seriousness.
Big up all the man them that do it. Great, you know what I mean? That's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to big up once. Listen, let's focus on what matters. Like, have you seen Nikki Jenkins? Have you seen her?
What do you mean? Of course I've seen her.
Well, then you know that we should be focusing on her much longer than you know.
No.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
No, I love you to bits, but just nowhere near as much.
Okay then. So who won in a competition?
See, look, he wants to move us on. You know what I mean, moving on to the competitions.
Competition.
I'm thanking Nikki Jenkins.
Again, okay.
I want to thank Nikki Jenkins. No, let's move on to the competition. Maxi Muscle, is that what you're talking about?
Maxi Muscle,
and the winner is
Justin Brown.
Justin Brown.
Hit us up on combatandstrength.com and Justin, you're going to be getting an email from us, and it's your choice of products, £250 worth courtesy.
Well done, Justin. It was that
Maximum.
also difficult question from Wong.
Oh, it was so hard. It was so
that,
terrible.
It was that also, how many rounds is a championship boxing bout?
How many rounds?
You don't know.
12 rounds.
Yeah, you 12 rounds. Oh, shit, I'm glad you know.
It's so simple and oh god.
I'm glad you know.
We had a few.
Could you go 12 rounds of a Wing Chun fight?
12 rounds.
12 3-minute rounds. You think it would happen?
No, Wing Chun don't last 12 rounds because they're quick and fast,
So
isn't it?
12 seconds.
If Wing Chun fight, they normally fight very quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody gets finished.
Somebody who can finish, either Wing Chun guy or someone else.
See, I don't know why it's not made more. There isn't more of a spectacle. Joe, you should do it. Promote a Wing Chun show. Although you'd have to put a lot of fights on because it sounds like they'll be over quick.
Yeah.
Have we got that many Wing Chun fighters?
Don't know.
If you had to put together a top 10 Wing Chun fighters in this country, could you do it?
Maybe if they look around, maybe.
Would they fight each other though?
There will be look crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, there will be. They don't look very good. They've got to fight with different discipline, different people to make it look good.
to make it look good.
Yeah. They fight their own same one. They're all going to be. It's going to look very terrible.
Yeah, would it?
We'll have to talk about that in the next show, mate.
Yeah,
Literally
definitely.
talk about mixed martial arts, like.
Yeah, that's what is it.
See what I did there? Mixed martial arts.
That's exactly what is it.
Listen, I want to thank everyone that came on the show this week. Nikki Jenkins, I'll start with you for your 5 quick tips.
Oh my God, he's done it again.
Check out Nikki Jenkins if you can find her. And I want to really thank Chi Lewis Parry as well because he's a fighter I think is quite exciting, very exciting. Obviously Joe knows all about him. Now so do our listeners and our viewers. What did you make of some of the things he had to say? What were you quite
Interesting.
Yeah, very
interesting guy. Quite calm and cool, isn't he?
He seems like it, and it seems like if you press the wrong buttons, he might
Yeah,
punch
but
you in
like
the
anything.
face.
I mean, it's like anything. If you go around and say the wrong thing or somebody don't get smacked in the face, that's real, isn't it?
Including John Jones.
It's doing good job.
Including John Jones, they've got a tongue in his mouth.
Yeah.
Listen, thanks to all our viewers, listeners for tuning in to the third ever Combat and Strength podcast. We'll be back in a week's time. It's been emotional. It's been Combat and Strength. It's been Campbell,
Wong
And Long.
Us.
Us.